you guys doing today? Welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I'm kind of having some technical difficulties with this shirt because it don't want to work, if you know what I mean. Today's video is going to be about, I'm going to list out 7 things homelessness taught us personally, because I feel like, yeah, it was a learning experience as well. Let me be clear. So the first thing, it taught me that anything can happen to any of us. Anybody, I don't care where you are in life, anybody can end up homeless. Anybody. Be careful what you say. Be careful how you talk about people. Be careful, because it can happen to anybody, no matter where you are in life. Trust me. All right, number 2, it lets you know who is for you and who isn't. I say that because no, we did not go telling everyone that we were homeless, so a lot of people didn't know, but if they did, they wouldn't have done anything anyway. So it's like, yeah, telling them why, so they can judge and make their decision on what should have happened and what could have happened. I don't have time for that. So like I said, but it does show you who is for you and who isn't. And even with revealing it to people, we still see who is for us and who's not for us. We still see that. So yeah, that's been made very clear, just saying. So the next is never to judge people you see on the streets, because you never know what people are coming from. I say that because sometimes you'll see somebody, you'll be in your car, your nice car or your raggedy car, whatever kind of car you got, or you'll be just walking down the street with your friend and you'll look at this homeless person and be like, should have got it together, should have did this, you should have done that. You got every opinion about their situation. How? You don't know what they're coming from. You don't know if they're escaping an abusive relationship. You don't know if a certain person is escaping, trying to run away from a crack house and trying to stay clean and just don't have nowhere to go and feel comfortable. You don't know what the situation is. So you have to be careful when it comes to judging people that you see homeless. You have to be careful, because like I said, you can end up that way. You can end up that way. It is very, very, yeah, no matter where you are. So be careful how you judge people when you see homeless people. Try to be more compassionate and show a softer side than being so judgmental towards them, because you never know what led them to that point. Maybe them ending up homeless kept them from taking themselves out. Maybe, you know, you never know. So you really have to be mindful of other people. And remember, you're not the only one on the earth. So get out your head and realize that you really have to show compassion to people, regardless of where they are, and stop judging people for where they are, because where they are, it probably 9 times out of 10 is not going to be where they finish. So don't be so judgmental. All right, the next one is never to assume that an organization or a help groups, etc., will be quick to help you. Never think that, oh, you're gonna end up homeless, you're gonna be able to go to these resources. Y'all, we went to the city for help, for housing. It still didn't get no help, honey. We went to churches for help, still didn't get no help, honey. So don't be so. And we went to a lot of churches, and we went to a lot of like the different organizations that they have through the city to try to get help. Nothing. And we had 2 kids. So it's so crazy to me how they make a big deal of kids not being on the streets and stuff like that, but when we came to y'all asking for assistance and help so we can get off the streets, you weren't helping, or you didn't help. So they don't care either. Just saying. So like I said, don't be so quick to think, oh, I'm homeless now, I could just go get some assistance. You can try it, it may work, but for us, in no circumstance did it work. So yeah, that's the truth, and the truth will set you free. Okay, so I'm done with that. I'm not going into that any further because that's a whole nother video. Okay, so now we're going to go to number 5, which is God tells you to move. You do so without knowing the plans. In our situation, we knew we were supposed to move. I will not go into the story about what my husband experienced to confirm to him that it was time for us to leave our state. But he had, y'all, if you knew the story, it was time to go. Okay? And God did it very, very, like, it was like through the, like, one day, and then he seen some next day, and it was like, y'all, trust me. And then me, knowing him, I knew that it was time to go. So sometimes you have to move and you don't have a plan. We did not have a plan. We thought we had a plan. Let me tell you, we thought we had a plan. Look, our plan was to move here, find a place. In the story, our plan ended up being move here, move with fake family, and then end up homeless. So like I said, don't be planning out too much, because sometimes plans don't go as planned. Okay? So yeah, just know that. So that's one thing we learned with being homeless, for sure. Cause yeah, that's another thing. The next thing is number 6. You are in a wilderness experience when you're homeless, but in that experience, you should be learning and growing as you go. You should not be in a wilderness experience like that or homeless and not be learning and not be watching and seeing and receiving what God is telling you. You should not be, because you're going through it for nothing. And it could kind of end you up back there if you're not learning, because you know what you should do and shouldn't do after the fact. So you really do need to be learning. Learning through that process is going to help you out tremendously in that process. Don't just take everything as, you know, I'm homeless and this is what it is. No, you need to be learning through that process of being homeless, because I'm telling you, when I tell you, going back to what, number 1, it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. It's not exempt from any person. It's not exempt. So don't sit around saying, you know, this can't happen to me. It would never. It won't. You will eat your words. So, like I said, you should be learning in your wilderness experience, because it is a wilderness experience. You should be learning, you should be growing, and you should be able to come back and be able to give something to someone from what you experienced. So that's real knowledge. Deal with it. I had to say it. I had to say it, y'all. I had to say it. I don't know what it was. I was like, that's a real knowledge. I had to say it. But yeah, that's just, yeah. All right, number 7. Number 7 is sometimes we trust the wrong people, and they ultimately have another agenda. This situation goes back to a video I already posted about a friendship / family member who completely showed another side. Okay, and saying that, I do want to kind of go deeper into this, because when you are homeless, you think, you know, it's okay. When you're homeless, you feel like you're alone. You know, not even just being homeless, you know, in the situation where we trusted this family member, we trusted her to the point of, like, we would literally do anything for this person. We trusted her that much. So, but her mindset was a different agenda. Her mindset was to kill, steal, and destroy, basically. That's what her mindset was. To kill, steal, and destroy. And it almost worked. But God was with me the whole time. And he was like, no, don't do it. And I could not do it. I could not live with somebody. And they were pissed about it. So, like I said, I'm telling you, They could, somebody could be careful with people's agendas also in this situation. Because you can trust somebody and then you'll see a whole different person from what you knew or experienced before. You don't want to go through, a whole process and then have to deal with some of the things that we've actually experienced coming into our situation, which ultimately ended a 10 to, I would say 10 to about 12, 15-year relationship because of their agenda in the process of us going through our hard time. Yeah, so they had they just didn't want to basically see good things happen for us in a nutshell, and they wanted my husband for sure. That was the ultimate goal. Okay, so you better be careful. So like I said, y'all, I mean, that's pretty much it. That was number 7. I want to give y'all this knowledge because I learned some things, honey. I learned some things, baby. Like, and I know I mentioned in a previous video, I showed y'all my hair. I cut my hair, baby. I had to cut off the trauma and the drama. Okay, it had to go. It had to leave. So I chopped it off, honey, and I feel good. I feel new. I feel great. I'm starting over, honey. It's really short, and I'm not really a short hair girl, but we're gonna rock it, honey. We're gonna rock it, honey, and we're gonna rock some wigs too for protective styles. But we're gonna rock it, and my husband loves it, and that's what matters to me. So like I said, y'all, learn from your traumas and your dramas, okay? And sometimes you have to cut it off, and that's what I did. So like I said, because your hair holds a lot of dramas and a lot of traumas, and sometimes you feel free when you release it. And I had a lot of hair, okay? Like, sis had a lot of hair, but it was broken off, it was brittle, it was horrible. And one side was longer than the other. I straightened it out, and this side was this way, and this. I was like, no ma'am, who walking around like this? Name 2 people. Because no, I'm not. And I cut my hair myself. I'm so excited about my hair journey, y'all. Ooh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to come to y'all with an update, because I'm gonna be taking care of my hair and taking my vitamins, baby. And this hair gonna come out. It's gonna be like, and we speaking into existence, honey. We speaking them lengths into existence, honey, so I can get rid of those wigs. And I might still keep my wigs though, because it's a protective style, but I really am aiming for that long, flowy, beautiful hair, honey. And like I said, I'm just happy to be starting this new journey of life, releasing the old, bringing in the new, honey. Y'all better get up on that Bishop Jakes, honey, and listen to that word, because he got that word for you, honey. He got that word of God that's gonna change some things for you. So Bishop, know, like, he gonna come through with that word, and I receive it in Jesus' name, honey. And like I said, y'all, if they serve you no purpose, and my glass is dirty, but we ain't gonna pay attention to that. They just cute though. But if they serve you no purpose, let them go. Let him go. Let her go. Let them go. Period. Have a blessed, wonderful day, nights, wherever you're watching this video, and stay drama free and stay trauma free if you can. And that's kind of hard living in this world that we living in currently, because there's a lot of stuff going on. But if you can try to avoid the trauma and the dramas, please do. Live peacefully and be blessed.